Namaste and welcome to today's healing. Well, let's just say first that I hope that you're all doing very well. It's been a very, very intense beginning of this year for me, and I would assume that many of you are also deep into the dirt, uh, so to speak. So I'm hoping that today will be helpful for you in alleviating some stress and coming a little bit closer or a lot closer to your inner self in communion with me and with all of the people who join here today, with the energy that will be shared and tasted, and just generally have a very peaceful and good time together. So in the usual manner, we will just be waiting for a couple of minutes to let people who have planned on joining join. And in the meantime, if you want to say hi, if you want to share some comment or question, you can do so in the comment section. Recently I've started doing the lives from my phone, and I don't always see all the messages for some reason, or they disappear quite quickly. So if I don't respond to your message or question, just write it again, and I will try to stay attentive. There was something that I wanted to talk about today, and I will see if it comes back. It might come back, but who knows? If it doesn't, it might not have been so important. So one good thing that I can share in the meantime is that for all of you who have asked about private sessions, group healing sessions, or Reiki or just energy healing courses in general, I am looking into solutions for that, and hopefully in not a too distant future, there will be some possibility to book sessions with me from my website, and possibly even do some form of Reiki initiation, activation, and energy healing course with me. So if you're interested in that, you can just stay tuned on the channel, stay subscribed if you aren't already, and I will definitely be sharing that information on the channel as well. But of course you can also find me on Facebook. I have a Facebook page called Reiki Healing by Alexander Kumlin, and also a group called Your Healing Journey. And I think that it should be enough for you to search on Facebook for the group Your Healing Journey, and you will have to just apply to join, and you will go through a very arduous round of questions to make sure that you are dedicated to be let in. That's not really the case. You will be let in regardless, but there are a few questions there. So, and you just basically have to just click through to join the group. So yeah, so some news there. Hopefully, that kind of business part of what I do is coming alive again, and I feel that in the last almost 2 years now that I've put my business aside, I've been a little bit sad actually, and I realized that today that I had really been wanting to do that, but there's been a lot of stress in everyday life, and obviously we had COVID. Now we have, well, not just the war that's happening, but there's war everywhere, war inside us for many of us too. So now there seems to be coming back, for me at least, into that. And hopefully, as said, uh, I will be able to share more of this beautiful energy with you, and share more of what I've learned on my spiritual path, and hopefully share some nuggets of wisdom that you can relate to, that can help you find that in yourself too. So yeah, we are almost ready to go, I think. I'm going to start now, let's say. So unfortunately, I do not dare to play any music anymore, because YouTube started flagging my videos for copyrighted content, even though I only play music. Okay, there might have been a song or two there that I played from YouTube actually that I might not have had the rights to do. But most of the time I do play these um, what are they called? Well, the music anyways that you can use without any specific rights or presenting their information. But anyways, we will do it silent from my side today, and if you want to play some music on your side, that's totally acceptable and very warmly welcome. It can be quite nice to have something in the background if all you've heard is the clicking of keyboards all day, or something else. So I'll turn my mic off now, and you can just settle down, lying or sitting, whatever is most comfortable for you, and let yourself be brought out to sea by this energy. Let it wash over you, and let it, even for a few seconds or a few minutes, however long you can, just allow it to take you deep, deep out into the farthest part of the mystical sea of life, and let it merge with your experience. Let the energy go into the depth of your mind, into the depth of your heart, and out into the body. And then allow the energy to guide you as if you're surfing on this wave, or on the waves. And just let it bring you to wherever it needs to go. Even if it goes all the way out to the reef, or to a forgotten beach somewhere, or some scary place. Just allow this wave to take you out. energy transmission is now over, but you can stay in meditation, stay in the healing. You might still feel it, not just now, but for a few hours after, maybe even days. The point here is to follow what feels right for you. It felt very interesting for me. Very interesting. Strong, even blissful. And also a little bit mystical. Maybe it was those waves taking me out or taking us out to sea. I don't know. What did you feel? What did you experience? If you want to comment, you can do so. You don't have to have any particular experience, really. Nothing much must happen. Maybe you just lie down for a bit and nod it off. Or you were wide awake thinking about the day. The thing about Reiki, the thing about energy healing, is that it's like filling up a tank. You might not need it at this moment, but you can come back to this source and use it as fuel as you go. And even if you're not attentive, focused, even if you try to resist the energy, which I would not understand why you would want to, but if for some reason you are, it will still be there for you. It will still work for you, and you might very well just a few hours later, or maybe a few days later, all of a sudden start feeling these waves of energy coming from the head down, or from the heart out, or from the front and inside, or just feel an awkward effect. Not necessarily uncomfortable or comfortable, or both. But you might notice it in something that's a little bit different to your everyday reality. So the energy works regardless if you don't focus on it or have some kind of objections. When it won't work is when you don't welcome it. If you for some reason sit here just to sit and not necessarily want to experience the healing energy, then it will not be invited. But you can at any point, now or in the future, open yourself up again and allow that energy to come to you. So this energy, as with meditation, is really beyond time and space. Even though it is in time and space as well, it's also beyond it. So you can really call upon it at any time should you feel the need for it. In a business meeting, taking the kids to kindergarten, or on some football practice or whatever you spend your time doing. You might have this spontaneous opening or spontaneous willingness to sense that energy, and all of a sudden you might open yourself up and feel it. So it can come at any time, should you invite it. So it would be interesting. I'm not receiving any comments here. Oh, Nancy, hi. Oh, don't worry about it. You can rewatch it later, so there's nothing lost, nothing gained. So just rewatch this video or rewind it even. Doesn't really matter if, well, might be a different experience if you watch it live, um, as opposed to watching a recorded one, but the effect should be the same. It might be that we have a different perception of it if we are here live and we really, for the lack of a better way of putting it, in the moment. You might be a bit more attentive to the effects of it, but the effect should be more or less the same. What I have experienced myself when I am doing healing, when I'm with my teacher, friends who are doing healing or some form of energy work, is that of course a one-to-one where both can see each other. That's usually how I experience the most strongest effects. But it doesn't mean that it's less efficient to watch a video, a recorded video. So just a reminder, or just a little footnote. But Nancy, I saw that you wrote there, and I've seen that you have come back almost every week, I think, for the last 2 months, 7, 8 weeks, except for last week, of course, when I wasn't here. So maybe you want to share something. Maybe you want to share what you've been experiencing over these few weeks, or if you've noticed something that has improved in your state of being, in your body, in your outer circumstances. Or just make a comment. This is just an invitation to do that. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. I just thought that I would sit here for a little while longer and spend some time with you all. Intuition has gotten stronger. Okay. Synchronicity. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's good. Felt to buy mustard. That's actually really funny. When I was in the supermarket yesterday, I also wanted to buy mustard. I ended up not doing it because we already have it at home. But I also had this strange desire to eat mustard. Maybe it comes with these times. Who knows? Mustard. Yeah. Yeah, but it's interesting with how the body works, and how this process of spiritual development, spiritual unfolding, let's call it, that along the line, along the way, we have these instincts, very strong sometimes, intuitive inspirations to do something, and in many, for myself, I've had a lot of serendipitous events happen when I've just had some kind of desire for something and tried it, and it turned out to be something that actually aided my path a lot. whether in terms of a supplement or a type of food, or obviously some form of activity, physical activity or otherwise, or just to sit down to meditate for a while. Excuse me. So yes, it's important to be in tune with our intuition, with our heart, and of course to make sure that those two are connected. Because I think that sometimes people think that intuition is just our way of imagining things or a form of desire. But of course we can get a little bit wound up in our desires if we think that everything that we want is some kind of divine guidance. So we also have to stay attentive and double check everything with our heart. And I'm trying to get your comments up here, Nancy, but I don't know how this works on the phone actually. Oh, okay. Mustard, huh? Colds and flu. I would imagine that it opens up from the spiciness, opens up the system, maybe speeds things up, reduce inflammation. Nice. So mustards, let's have some mustard. Thank you so much, Nancy, for the comments there and for sharing. Very nice to interact with you a little bit. I think this is gonna be it for today. We've sat here for a little while now, and I see that some people dropped out, so I want to take the chance to thank all of you for tuning in here today. I'm very happy that Nancy tuned in and shared so much also. Very nice to hear from you. I just wish you all a really, really good day or evening or night. Wishing you lots of love, lots of care, and you will hear more from me soon. And see you again next week. Much love, and namaste.